highlighting the best in our area. Southern Colorado Life with Ryan Nelson.
What's up, everyone? I'm your host, Ryan Nelson, and we are outside of the studio in a special place that is only here in Colorado Springs, the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Museum. We're going to go in and check out everything it has to offer, and we're going to talk to an Olympian that's from right here in Colorado. So now that we finally made our way inside, we have to talk to one of the experts of this wonderful museum, but I'm going to let him introduce himself to you all.
Hi, I'm Tommy Schultz. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer here at the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Museum. So stoked you guys are here and excited to give you a tour. This is a 60,000 square foot attraction. We opened in July of 2020, and we celebrate the stories of America's greatest athletes. So every guest gets a credential, and within the credential is RFID technology. So it's able to follow, what you're able to do is put a lot of information to customize your experience to truly make it one of one. So you can select your favorite sport, your favorite athletes. You can even select any accessibility needs you might have, because at the core of it, universal design is super important to us, and we want everyone to be able to experience the museum the same way.
Okay.
What's super cool about the atrium space is we have these platforms. And I mean, what we decided to do is kind of put, so you see that mark, the white lines in each one? Each one of them signifies something a little different. So right up on that one, if you lay that one flat, that's 29 feet, 2.5 inches. That's how far Bob Beamon jumped in 1968.
Wow.
In the long jump.
Okay.
That's Jackie Joyner-Kersey's record. Then over here, that's the men's pole vault world record, and then that's the women's pole vault world record.
Wow. Coming to this place, you'll find just about everything Team USA, including athletes.
So what's super cool about the museum is it's in a narrative arc. So we start with the introduction to the Games Gallery. So it's you learn about the ancient history of the Games, and then all the way to the birth of the modern Games with Pierre de Coubertin, the founder of the Olympics, in 1894, with the first modern Games being in 1896. This gallery also has a complete collection of Olympic torches. We actually just installed the Paris 2024 torch in early December, so a super, super exciting new addition to the museum for us. And then on this back wall, we have our interactive map. So nearly 13,000 athletes have represented Team USA on the world's largest stage. You can find all those athletes right in that map, including Samantha.
Wow, very cool. So all of these have been held by somebody at the Olympics, at the opening ceremonies?
So each games, each OCOG, organizing committee, decides how many torches they make. It's up to them. So some of them have thousands, some of them don't have quite as many. But all of these torches were proudly donated to the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Archives, and now are on permanent display here at the museum.
I love that.
Pierre de Coubertin, who is the founder of the modern day Olympics, this guy right here, was also the founder of the sport of modern pentathlon, which was the sport that I competed in at the Olympics. It consists of 5 events. Do you know what the 5 events are?
I did a little bit of homework, so I know there's swimming. I know that there's shooting.
Yes.
these are my cheats. Fencing, riding, and cross country.
Yes. Yes. So we have fencing, swimming, horseback riding, running, and shooting. And Pierre de Coubertin wanted to develop a sport that had the most well-rounded athlete. It was originally called modern pentathlon. It was over 5 days and has definitely adapted and changed. It's now all in one day. We shoot laser pistols, which you're going to get to try later today. And it's all within 90 minutes, and it's in one stadium. So Tokyo, the Olympics that I competed in, was the first Olympics where all of the events were in one stadium for the athletes.
Wow, so 90 minutes to do all of that.
Yes.
You have to be in great shape to do all of that.
It is a lot, but a lot of different skills, but really test just your ability as an athlete. I mean, we're all tested in so many different ways, but I really like that challenge as an athlete, doing so many different sports.
Right, how do you train for that? Is it one day, you know what, I'm gonna do fencing, and then the next day I'm gonna do swimming, or is it all together?
It's all together, so typically training is about 6 days a week, maybe 7. Usually have one day off, or as an athlete, I felt like taking one day off or doing something like a walk or a light jog. But in the other days, we're usually running or swimming every day, kind of alternating with hard days. Fencing about 3 days a week, shooting 3 days a week, horseback riding once a week, and getting lifting in there as well. So we're doing about anywhere from 3 to 5 training sessions a day, and that's kind of just being a multi-sport athlete. Your cross training is your training, so it is a lot of work, but also having different strengths and weaknesses is going to just depend on how you train and what you spend more time on and what you might just kind of need more work on.
Right, and we're in Colorado. How does the elevation play into this training? Because sometimes going up the stairs, you know, you just get out of breath. So how is that training in this elevation?
I was born in Colorado, so I'm used to elevation here. For me, actually going to humidity is a little bit harder, but I still find that getting that adaptation with the altitude training, there's a lot of athletes that do come here to get that altitude training, training camps, people that come in. So just those benefits you get when you go down lower, it does feel a little bit easier. So I might not feel it as difficult or it just feels normal to me, but definitely when I go down to lower, I'm like, oh, it's a little easier to breathe, a little easier to sleep. But I mean, it's a beautiful place to train and you get the benefits too.
Right, right. Well, let's move on to other parts of the museum. Thank you for that information.
Yeah. So we're in the interactive exhibit in the museum. There are 6 different interactive sports that you can take part in. You can also kind of compete side by side. Probably one of my favorites is the archery, but also we're going to be able to do some laser pistol shooting later on. So that would probably have to be my second favorite.
Okay, so let's start with archery.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sounds good. Let's go. Uh-huh.
Skip it. Just lay down.
Oh, okay. This is way harder than it actually looks. Yeah. Okay.
Carmelie Jenner, all the way to folks like Jesse Owens and Marla Runyon. I will ask them, you are wearing the proper footwear. Please be careful. This is against you, and there's a screen around the corner that's going to show you how fast you actually are against the
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready for this. I'm going to beat Jesse Owens. It's gonna be easy, light work.
All right.
Maybe.
3,
Oh, hold on.
2, 1, go.
Did I win? I think I won. I think. You know what? It's okay. Thank you. As a grown man, you don't do a lot of sprints, but that was, yeah, I'm gonna blame the altitude for me being out of breath.
Into our winter athletes. Peggy Fleming, Hall of Fame skater. The United States only won 1 gold medal at the 1968 games, and it was won by Peggy Fleming in figure skating. What's super interesting about this is, so Peggy, born Colorado Springs, trained at the Broad World Arena. Her mom actually made that dress. So it is the color of chartreuse, which is a liqueur that is made only near Grenoble. And they thought it might play into the judges a little bit, and also the crowd as well, to just kind of want to cheer on a little bit more because of the connection she made with the locals.
Next in this great museum is the Parade of Nations. Now, I wish I could have did this in real life, but you have. Could you tell us about your experience?
Yeah, so I got to walk in closing ceremonies. Closing ceremonies is really special. All the athletes get to walk together, whereas opening ceremonies, if you guys have seen before, they do the Parade of Nations where each country comes out with all their athletes, and they usually do in alphabetical order. But in the museum, it's really cool. You get to be a part of that Parade of Nations, so you'll get to experience a little bit of that today.
I'm super excited. I wish I had like the polo outfits that you all have, but
you're decked out in your USA gear, so you're good to go.
I'm ready. Let's try it out. Were you nervous when you did this in real life?
I was a little bit nervous,
Yeah.
but also just like, you're just taking all of it in. You're surrounded by other athletes, and so like it's almost kind of that imposter syndrome of you're like, oh, I'm actually here. I did this. I'm an Olympian. So it's really cool.
And the whole world is watching.
Yes. Yeah.